This is my journey into buying a 368 dairy farm, 360 acre dairy farm, and the steps I had to take to satisfy the bank, the landowner, and everybody involved. First, I was already dairying with my father on his land. We had like 200 head of cows roaming around 80 acres of land, which is too many head per acre. So I up and decided I was going to buy my own farm and, move and start my own dairy by myself. I looked around, and after a while I come across this land. It was 360 acres. It was for better lack of better terms, an abandoned dairy farm. The people had sold out, and the place had just kind of growed up and went down, and it needed to be got back into shape. The first thing I done was to contact the landowner, and he told me the address, and I went and looked at it, kind of walked over it, not all of it, but enough to see what kind of land and all it was. It was nice looking land. So my next step was to see how I could get financed. And at this time, there was a particular bank that dealt with making land loans to farmers. So I contacted them, went in and met them, the loan officer, and I said, look, I'm only 25 years old or so. What do I need to do to purchase this land? What do I need to get a loan to purchase this land? And they told me, step one, step two, and I'm fixing to walk you through all that. Okay, step one, I had to have it surveyed. I went and hired a surveyor, surveyed the land. That cost me several $100s to do. I assumed that was part of it to begin with. No big deal. Well, then the bank calls me up. This is weeks later. It's not a fast process. It takes months to get a loan like this. And they contacted me, said that I needed to go to the property and with a camera and make a video, walk the entire land making a video of it so that I could bring it back to the bank and the bank board could see the video and decide whether or not they wanted to loan me the money. So I did. And they said if you could get a high view, that would be nice. Well, this is before drones. So I went to the land, which is an hour and a half away from where I lived. Got out and I had to get with the landowner and make sure that was okay and all to walk over this land, and he said it was okay. He didn't care. So I commenced. I had an old timey Sony camera you tote around your shoulder, and I walked that entire 350 acres. And they had a feed storage tank there, which I think was 30, 40 feet high. I even climbed up on it, which was kind of sketchy because it was getting old and not in the best safety position, but I did it anyway. I climbed up on that tank and filmed all around the farm as far as the camera could see. And I thought I covered it pretty good. So I came down and went to the bank, give them that video. Weeks passed, another week passed. It's done getting up to be like 2 months past. And I would call every now and then, hey, how's it going? Do you need anything else? Blah, blah, blah. Is there anything else I need to do? No, we were waiting on it. We waiting for the board to get together and decide and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. So I kept waiting and waiting. Well, finally, I can't even remember why, but I had called the landowner about something. And he said, well, the property's done sold. I said, done sold? You know I'm in the process of trying to get a loan. He said, well, there's a man with money in hand came up here and bought it, cash on the barrelhead. I'm like, okay. I mean, that was just devastating. After all this time and dreaming of this and what I was going to do to fix it up and how I was going to move this fence and install this equipment. And I had all these big plans and dreams, and it just knocked me for a loop. So, I mean, I couldn't even call the bank that day. I just had to process it. The next day I called the bank and says, look, you can forget that loan. These people had done sold the land. And that banker commenced a yelling and screaming at me. You mean tell me you didn't have a purchase agreement? I said, what's a purchase agreement? I came to you and told you to tell me what I needed to do. I'm 25 years old, never bought land before, don't know nothing about buying land. Tell me what I need. And you've never said anything about a purchase agreement. And for the record, before I made this video, I searched what is needed to purchase land, and a purchase agreement never came up on my search. So it's just one of the things they don't tell you about. You're supposed to just know this. Then I Googled, do I need a purchase agreement before buying land? And everyone wanted to search it. Yes, 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 yes. And what a purchase agreement is when you find some land or house or whatever it is you're buying, you talk to the landowner and say, hey, let's make a purchase agreement. I'll give you 5% or 10% or whatever it is, a percentage of the price of the land to hold this land until I get my money ready. And this needs to be done by a lawyer, by the way. And in that it's a contract. They'll stipulate different things. You know, if you don't get your money in 6 months or whatever, 3 months or something, it's null and void, and the landowner can do whatever they want to. And then at that point, you'll lose your money you put down. Or if you decide to back out of the deal, you lose that money. You know, you done give him as a contract to hold that land, and if you break the contract, you just lose your money. You know, the lawyer will put whatever stipulations you think you need at that time in the purchase agreement. So you need a lawyer to do that. But I had never heard of it. The bank never told me nothing about it. I even, I went to the bank and told them, hey, I'm young, never bought land, don't know nothing about it. Just tell me what I need to do. Nobody ever mentioned it. And there's several other things you need to do. The bank never told me. You should have I think they call it a deed search. You need to have a lawyer or someone do a title search. You need to make sure there's no loans on that land, and the people that are selling it actually own the land. Trust me, there are scams out there. People sell land that's not even theirs. So you do need to have a title search done, a purchase agreement done, mineral rights. Make sure all that's in the within the title. There's steps you need to do. And I'm not going to say I know all the steps because I didn't buy the land. But do your homework, do your research, talk to realtors, bankers, lawyers, land, deal with land. Just don't jump into it. There's a lot goes into buying some land, especially when you're talking about that much land, that much money. You need to be careful. I'd hate to know I bought 360 acres of land for, I can't even remember the price of it now, but you can guess it wasn't cheap. And then to find out that there was a mortgage on the place, and now I inherited that mortgage. But anyway, I'm just letting y'all know for your own good. Do your homework, get your purchase agreement, your deed search done. Make sure you have a lawyer. You know, I know it's a lot of money. I'm talking a lot of money, but it's better safe than sorry. So I didn't get to buy that land, but my story didn't end there. If you want to know what happened after that, stay tuned. Watch the next video I'll post, and I'll tell you what happened after that. And if y'all like this kind of content, I hope I'm helping people. You know, that's my goal, is to help people not do the things that I did wrong. Things that people don't tell you, but you learn the hard way. That's my goal, is to help people out, help them in their purchase of land or a house, or, you know, make it through life a little bit easier. You know, but whether it's starting a business, mistakes I've made starting businesses or stuff, that's my goal with these videos. So if you like this kind of content, hang with me in there, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll get notifications on my next videos. If you want to know what happened after I lost this land, watch the next video. It's coming. Y'all have a good day. God bless.